Hello, everybody, and welcome back to Minotaur Hotel. I am your host, Will, and this is...
Hey, yo, this music kinda bops.
Sure. Okay. Anyway.
I mean, don't you hear it? Like, wait, riff? No, not riff.
Good job.
It just sounds nice.
Yes, I agree. It sounds nice. I wouldn't say it was a bop, but, you know, it sounds nice.
Girl!
Doesn't make me bop my head now, does it? It's just nice. Doesn't mean that it's bad, that it's worse than a bop. It's just nice. It's just the correct adjective to use.
Not in my vocabulary.
Well, your vocabulary is wrong.
And yours is better by how much exactly?
No. The following morning, as usual, the sound of Asterian's hooves clopping on the floor and the smell of breakfast wakes you up. You wake up, get dressed, and head out of the bedroom. Asterion, once again, greets... Oh my god, we forgot to talk about how there's the visual update!
Oh, right!
Oh my
For
god!
context, the recording got fucked.
Yes, the recording got fucked. This is our second time, so we kind of skipped over the fact that the visual novel looks different. Asterion here will look different, but currently they have only changed stage 1 Asterion. Will, please pull up the pictures. Thank you, Will. You're welcome, Will. Shut the fuck up, Will. Okay, Will.
We've been gushing over the new visual changes ever since they started drip marketing.
Yeah, I can't wait for Agors to appear on screen.
Oh my god.
What do you want?
Do you want a t-shirt with Argos face on it saying #1 Argos fan as well?
I don't need to have it. I already am.
Then display it proudly through your fashion.
I don't like wearing
merch. Can you make a costume?
What?
What if you made a costume?
An Argos costume.
Oh, I know there are fabric pens.
Do you want me to just slither in the ground? Like, how would that work? I guess a dress with like just a sweepy. I don't know the name, but yeah, should work.
Or you can also use fabric pens and draw Argos face on it.
Why would I do that? I don't like wearing merch.
Why
honestly.
wouldn't you?
Because I don't like wearing merch.
You wouldn't be making. Wait, is it merch? Does that mean that fan art is technically merch?
No, because it's not official. Sold. I was still on the fucking Argos #1 fan with the Argos face on it.
And I was talking about fabric pens.
Well, no. That would be silly. The only merch that I want to wear is my limited edition makeshift C drive. No, that's not the correct one. Mr. Sunfish sweater. Hold on, let me. It is one of my. It is one of my most prized possessions. I must show you.
Alright, I can also show you one of my prize positions.
Seabird, that's the name of him. That's the name of them. I misgendered a cat. How could I?
Yo, I have no idea where that's from.
It's from Yon. It's my favorite artist.
cool.
It's.
This is one of my prized possessions.
Aww. That's cute. It looks like they're choking each other. However, look.
It's a mother and a baby doll. Oh, them! Oh my god! Ugh.
Seabird.
Wait, they are sea. I thought they were.
Yes, they are a cat.
something
However,
I thought they were called something else.
no, it's with each different song, the character in it is called a different thing.
Oh.
Like for example, its normal routine. Circus drop is clownfish. Trash talking, it's groupie, and I don't remember the other one. Linger in the rain, it's droplet. Moving on. Yeah. Anyway.
Asterion once again.
Oh, I sure should. Once again, yes. Asterion once again greets you.
Good morning, Master. Hope you slept well.
After breakfast routine, this time Asterion served scrambled eggs, ham, and freshly squeezed orange juice. He washes the dishes and returns to you. OJ, ew.
What are your plans for today, Master?
Well, it's still pretty early. I think I'm going to stick around here and tinker with my phone a little, see if I can get it to work. What about you?
When it was our turn to talk, I immediately read it as, so what's your plan today?
You.
No!
That's my plan. You. That's how I read.
What the fuck, Pikamain? That's not very family friendly of you.
Oh, like you are. I still remember what you said until our last Sylving record.
I genuinely
That's not
don't.
the type
What
of
did I
cum I
say?
meant.
Oh, right. Yep. Never mind. Yeah. Outside.
Rich
How
coming from you.
scandalous. Anyway.
Outside? How scandalous.
I think I'll head down to the reception. See if we're lucky enough to get any more guests.
So soon? Well, I guess Luke got here soon after we lit the hearth, so it's possible.
Oh, before I go, what should I wear today, Master? Is my fur color right?
Yes.
What was that shirt we got again?
It was horrible. Anyway. Yes. What's the matter, Asterion?
Well, I'm debating whether or not I should tell you this or not, but I suppose it doesn't mean a lot to you, but I appreciate that Master have been good in a sense.
What do you mean?
Some of the more ruthless masters enjoyed humiliating me in many ways. Stripping me down and making me walk on all fours. That was a common one. I may be a hybrid, but I am half human. I'm not a beast. That came to an end, thankfully. In accordance with the contracts written and signed by previous masters, I am forbidden from exposing myself when we are expecting guests. Neither may I establish a relationship with a guest. I am under a variety of restrictions. Not all of those contracts were written out of kindness, but they were beneficial. I'm happy that you haven't attempted to break that rule, Master Button. Forgive me for bringing up the subject, but I thought it was important that you know. Very well then. I shall head to the reception.
Asterion leaves and gives you a smile before closing the door behind him. You sit down on the couch, staring at the door and then the window. Think about how to spend your morning. And then fade to Kota! Sorry.
Coda! Yeah!
Jesus Christ. Anyway.
I fucking love... Y'all are gonna see it, but I fucking love the new sprite.
Yes. We love the new sprite in this household.
No Coda haters are allowed here.
The light plays through the verdant leaves above, casting flickering shadows along the forest path. To either side, trees sway in the light breeze, whispering their secrets to each other, and the traveler passing under their mighty boughs. Boughs? Bows? Bows. Walks.
Oh.
Whatever.
Balk.
Look at that! What the fuck?
I love the colors and the shading and the lighting. Oh my god, I love it.
Yes, I agree. It looks very Peem. The dragon hums a quiet, simple tune to himself. His deep rumbling has a counterpart to the rustling of the leaves above. Through these travels, during these long, lonely years, come to appreciate the sounds of the world around him. He's learned how to tune himself, letting them flow around him like the river from which he was born. They are his companions, constant and dependable. Fill the silence, to bring peace to his mind and heart during his long and seemingly endless search. As he walks, his humming trailing off as the wind dies down. He reaches into the bag slung over one shoulder and pulls out a plastic bottle of water. His deft, clawed fingers quickly unscrew the cap, and he tips it back to let the life-bringing substance pour into his waiting maw. It never ceases to amaze him how many conveniences like these had popped up over the years.
What a big mouth.
Yes.
That's a
Chomper.
big mouth. Chompa.
When he had first started his journey in the land of spirits, clean, fresh water like this was an almost sacred commodity. Something to be rationed out and stretched to the last little drop. Now it could be bought at a pittance. Thoughts turned to the young man at the store in the small town he'd left earlier in the morning, who had insisted on packing his bag full of water bottles and snacks for the road. Richard was his name, and he was the co-owner, along with his wife, of the hiking supplies outpost where the dragon had spent the last few days. He worked, and they provided food and shelter. That was the agreement, similar to ones he'd struck all along the winding road behind him. And when the time had come for him to leave, as it always did, Richard had shaken his hand and patted his shoulder and wished them farewell like an old friend. A cherished friend. And yet, Richard was blissfully unaware of the simple fact that his guest was not human. The charm he kept hidden maintained a disguise of humanity. Gretchen, Richard's wife, and better half, the man had always said with a wide grin. Pressed over the dragon. A pair of hiking boots would do better than the old worn sandals on his feet, he'd argue. Dragon had only laughed, then more than enough for him, and had both his gratitude and his blessing. Before leaving, the two of them waving from the door of the shop. He hadn't looked back to them. He never did. The dragon shakes himself out of his thoughts, taps his water bottle, drops it in his bag. Has no time for reverie. By the shadows on the ground, it looks to be somewhere around late afternoon. He has far longer to walk before the day is done. His name is Kota, and he is a drifter. However, travels are far from aimless. The dragon is searching for something dear to him that was lost a long time ago. Kota wanders along the path, listening to the soft sounds of nature all around. Ears begin to pick up a quiet, familiar noise, familiar as his own breathing. A river. Where he can stop them. Feet take him to the source of the sound. He leaves the trail behind, slipping through the undergrowth, slipping over fallen logs with sinuous agility that belies his size. Finally, trees give way to the side of a winding, shallow. Buffett doesn't mind. Steps out of his sandals and takes a seat on the riverbank. Look his tired feet into the rushing water. It's warm. So warm. Old, half-forgotten instincts feel his breath, making the dragon's breath hitch in his face. It's been so long since he had a proper bath in a warm river like this. The need to feel the water's embrace itches over his scales and pricks at the far corners of his languid mouth. His yukata, worn and smelling faintly of sweat and road dust, comes off first. Kota picks up the tune he was humming earlier as he folds the garment on his lap over nice bundle we set aside on the soft grass. Dragon looks around for a moment, ensuring he's completely alone, then unwinds his futoshi from around his hips with the same practical grace. What? Whoops! Can't show that in a Christian visual novel.
In our holy Christian household.
Yeah.
How scandalous.
Obviously. Yeah. Definitely. Christian. Yes. The thing we are the most is Christian. What the hell? Christian. Yes. He knows full well that there is no shame in his nudity. But centuries of wandering the new world have allowed modern sensibilities of modesty to rub off on him. None of it is helped by this age's laws. There was a time when creatures like him were free to pitifully wander the world of men. Nowadays, there are consequences to breaking the secret. Kota can't help a quick, shameful thrill down his spine as he bears himself, even with no one else around to see. Nonetheless, he keeps his clothes nearby, so he's within the charm's range. With a soft grunt and a half hop, the dragon slips into the warm, flowing waters. Right, I was Kota. Nope. Oh well, whatever. Hello, Kota! Old Kota design. Whippy. Yeah. And as the waters touch his scales, muscles relax, and his skins waist deep. Damn, okay. He sinks waist deep into the river. A low sigh escapes his lips in a slow, lazy acceleration, and his maned head falls back to rest on the riverbank. He hadn't realized how bone-deep weary he was. The Now, with the rushing waters caressing and embracing him, peace stills his mind for the first time in centuries. The warm currents feel familiar. An old friend, an old lover, welcoming him to a home he'd left behind long ago. As he lounges against the riverbank, feeling the hard, smooth pebbles beneath him and the swirling, flowing river enfolding him, with a grasps at that familiarity, he allows his mind to wander along with his hands. We're gonna ignore that thing. Oh boy, that's too far.
Somehow.
No. With a long sigh, Kota reluctantly draws his fingers out of himself and moves his hand back to his stomach, rubs over his body, up his chest to his neck. A half-remembered poem flickers through the dragon's mind as his hands scrub away the dust flat of his journey. To wash the dust of this world in the droplets of dew, with dewdrops dripping, wish someone could wash this perishing world. Yeah. Yippee! His breath gusts out of his nostrils. His hands fall to his sides. The river takes over, stroking his scales and limbs with its current. Its comfort, a pale echo of what the dragon longs for. Won't you come and see loneliness? Just one leaf from the kiri tree.
Sorry, I got distracted by my ukulele again.
Of course you did.
But so, right? I don't remember my...
Hi! We're back to normal, Kota. Whoopee!
Yeah.
Anyway. Yes.
Sherry?
Sorry, I just have to crack my neck. That sounds wrong. I meant like how you crack your knuckles, you know?
Yeah.
Right. Anyway. His eyes snap open as his head turns. He didn't hear anyone approach, and yet there stands a man by the tree line. There stands Miney to go grab some water, so water break, woo! And we are back from water break, woo!
Yeah.
Only water break, yes.
Totally didn't forget to unpause the recording, right?
I don't know what you're talking about.
Exactly.
But his eyes snap open as his head turns. He didn't hear anyone approach, and yet there stands a man by the tree line. I already said that line before we paused the recording.
Sorry to sneak up on you like that. You don't mind some company, do you? Sounds like you could use it.
Yeah, no, I don't mind at all. Please. This dragon schools his face into a welcoming smile and gestures the man forward with a languid wave. For a moment, Kota is worried that his nakedness might embarrass his impromptu guest, but the man settles comfortably on the riverbank nearby. Dragon scoots closer to his discarded clothes.
Sorry again. Been walking all day, and my feet are killing me.
The stranger kicks his shoes off with a long sigh, and then slips his feet into the water, much like Kota did earlier, downstream from the dragon, which makes Kota smile as he gives the man a nod. Believe me, I do not blame you at all. I myself have only stopped here for a moment's rest.
It's a nice place that you found. Even if it's only to rest for a moment. Where are you headed from here, if you don't mind me asking?
Oh, here and there. I'm more of a wanderer, you see. And you? Dragon looks to the stranger with a polite but expectant expression.
In my new clothing, I feel so different. I must look like someone else.
Ah, a fellow fan of Matsuo Sensei's works, I see.
That's right. My friends call me John. I was making a delivery, but I got just a little lost.
The man rubs at the back of his head with an embarrassed laugh, and Kota lets out a soft chuckle. But it's when we are lost that we are most easily able to find ourselves. Of course, it's easier when we have some help. I'd be glad to lead you back to the road, Chun-san.
Ah, thank you, Mr.
Sumimasen. I am Kota.
Well, it's good to meet you, Kota. And your help would be really appreciated.
The man offers his hand with a wide smile, and Kota turns to shake John's hand as he's grown used to do with everyone he meets. However, he can't stop himself from giving Jean a short half bow from his sitting position.
Pardon me. Pardon me if I'm assuming. But you're from Japan, yes?
Hi, that's right. It's been a long journey from the lands of my home, but I enjoyed the wandering. It is marvelous to see new sights, is it not? Like this river. The dragon gestures to the idyllic landscape surrounding them. The rushing, chuckling water, and the wind through the trees singing a soft, gentle song. Large pools overhead, providing shade while allowing diamonds of sunlight to sparkle on the flowing surface of the river. The cool grass on the river's edge. I made my home in such an unspoiled river long ago. Untarnished nature holds special significance to me. You and I may be the only ones to have seen this place in years. See how untouched it is. Smell the freshness of the air. Jin laughs.
Well, you're suddenly passionate, Kota. That's always good to see in a fellow traveler. I'm from Europe myself. Even the places like this are becoming a rarity, sadly. But there's still so much to see. It's why I became a delivery man, you see. I guess you could say that the wandering lust is in my blood.
Seems you too are a long way from home, Shan-san. I'm sure you've gathered many stories in your journeys from place to place.
Oh, yes. More than enough for several lifetimes. I could tell you some of them while we walk, if you're ready to get going.
The dragon rises to his feet, and the water flows down and off his body like a silken robe. With a groan, Kota stretches and then climbs back up onto the riverbank, completely dry. That's the Kota's voice. The dragon rises to his feet, and the water flows down and off of his body like a silken robe. With a groan, Kota stretches and then climbs back up onto the riverbank, completely dry. Allow me a moment to get dressed, and then I'll be prepared. And, if you'd like, I have quite a few stories of my own travels that I can share with you as well.
Sure, I'd like that very much.
Two exchange glances and nods. Spark of understanding and acceptance flickers between Kota and John. The understanding of two fellow travelers sharing the road with each other and sharing the end of the episode. Woo!
Yeah.
Yippee!
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyway, I hope that you enjoyed this episode, and if you did, like, comment, and subscribe to any of those things in any order. I don't really mind. And if the content on my channel wasn't enough to satisfy you, you can go over to Pikamain's channel.
Where I'm just amazing.
Yeah.
I also do VM readings, but I also do a little bit more, like cover songs and voice impressions. Yay.
Yippee. And with all of that out of the way, right. With all of that out of the way, I hope that I get to see you on the next episode. But even if I don't, I hope that you have a lovely rest of your day. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye.